My name is Max, and I want to tell you about a specific Tuesday night about 2 years ago. It was around 11:30. I could not sleep. I picked up my phone and started scrolling Zillow, and everything I clicked on was $500,000. Not the nice ones, the ones with the kitchen from 2003 and the carpet in the master bedroom. And I remember lying there in the dark thinking, who are all these people buying these houses? Should I be one of them? Am I falling behind by not figuring this out? The next morning, I decided to actually run the numbers. Not the numbers the mortgage calculator shows you, the real numbers. What I found completely changed the way I think about home ownership. And by the end of this video, I think it is going to change yours too. A $500,000 home at the standard 20% down requires $100,000 up front, in cash, ready to wire. The median American household has about $8,000 in savings, not $100,000, $8,000. You can do 3.5% with an FHA loan on a $500,000 home that is $17,500 down. But now you are also paying private mortgage insurance every single month. On a $500,000 home, PMI runs about $250 to $300 per month. That is money protecting the bank, not you. $100,000 down, $400,000 loan at a 7% interest rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage. Your principal and interest payment is $2,661 per month. But that is not your housing payment. That is just the loan repayment. Here is what gets added on top. Property taxes. On a $500,000 home, the national average effective property tax rate is around 1.1%. That is $5,500 per year, $458 per month. Homeowners insurance around $1,500 to $2,000 per year. And if your home has an HOA, you are looking at $100 to $500 per month on top of everything else. Your real monthly housing payment is $3,469 per month, every month, for 30 years. Now let me introduce you to the Johnson family. Combined household income of $160,000 per year. 2 earners, both working. Their combined gross income is $13,333 per month. After taxes, their take-home is roughly $9,200 per month. Housing payment, including taxes, insurance, and HOA, $3,469. That is 38% of their take-home gone on day one of every month. 2 cars because they live in a suburb, 2 car payments at $400 each plus insurance for both vehicles. That is $1,300 per month in transportation. Groceries for a family of 4, around $1,100. Utilities, $450. Health insurance, $400. Phone bills, $180. That is $6,899 in fixed baseline expenses before they eat at a restaurant, buy a piece of clothing, put anything in savings, or handle a single unexpected expense. They have $9,200 coming in. $6,899 is already spoken for. That leaves $2,301 per month for everything else. 2 children in daycare or after-school programs add $1,500. Now they have $801 for everything. The standard rule of thumb is to budget 1% of the home's value per year for maintenance. On a $500,000 home, that is $5,000 per year, $417 per month. Subscribe right now because Denny is going to keep breaking down the real numbers behind the decisions that shape your financial life. So the Johnsons, after buying their $500,000 home, have approximately $384 per month left after all realistic expenses. 1 car repair, 1 medical bill, 1 broken appliance, and they are going negative. This is not the American dream. This is a financial stress test disguised as a milestone. Homeownership at the right time with the right numbers is one of the best financial decisions a person can make. I am not dismissing them. What I am saying is that the math has to work for you, not against you. What if, instead of buying, the Johnsons rented a comparable place for $2,200 per month and took the difference and invested it every month. They did not tie up $100,000 in a down payment. If that went into an index fund instead and they invested $1,269 every month for 10 years at 10% annually, they would have approximately $320,000. Their investments would be liquid. They would not have been one appliance breakdown away from financial crisis for a decade, and they would have had real breathing room in their monthly budget. I'm not saying renting is always better than buying. I am saying the decision is not as obvious as the culture tells you it is. A home that costs everything you have is not an asset, it is an anchor. The right time to buy is when the monthly payment, including taxes, insurance, and maintenance, is no more than 25% of your take-home pay. When you have the down payment without draining your emergency fund, when you have stable income and you are planning to stay in that house for at least 7 years. If employed for the Johnsons at $160,000 a year, the home they can comfortably afford is closer to $310,000, not $500,000. The bank will approve them for $500,000. The bank does not care if they are stressed every month. The bank gets paid either way. When I finally ran all of these numbers, I felt two things. First, I felt relieved because I realized I was not behind. Second, I felt a little angry because nobody shows you this breakdown. The mortgage calculator shows you one number. The realtor shows you square footage. The bank shows you an approval letter. The question is not can you get approved. The question is, what does your financial life actually look like on the other side of closing day? And if the answer is $300 a month left over for 2 adults and 2 children, then you already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe right now because every video is going to give you the real numbers behind the decisions that matter most in your financial life.